This lesson we're continuing the study of regular polygons. Regular polygons are those whose sides are equal. I've drawn a pentagon here, 5 sides, all sides are equal, it's regular. We're studying the area in this lesson. This is going to be a two-part video because in the first video I'm going to show you where this formula, I've given you the formula, and that's one thing that math teachers do is we give you the formula for finding the area of a regular polygon, and this will work for any regular polygon. It's 1/2 times SNA. S is the side length. N is the number of sides, so that follows with the perimeter formula. A is a new term. It's an apothem, and the apothem is this little figure here, little line here. That's the apothem. Make sure I spelled it correctly. Yep, I did an apothem. A-P-O-T-H-E-M. It doesn't really matter that you remember the term so much, but it's specifically a line drawn, and each regular polygon has an exact center point. A center point that, watch this, when I extend to each vertex of the regular polygon, those lines are equivalent. You'll notice that I've made a triangle there. That's a key point. The apothem is a line drawn from that center point to the side at a right angle. So it's perpendicular actually a perpendicular bisector of that side, a term you should be hopefully are familiar with, perpendicular bisector. So it cuts it exactly in half and it is perpendicular to that side. And so I can actually extend this thinking to each of these has a triangle. So I could do another line to this vertex, I could create another apothem. So what you see is there's several little triangles, and the apothem then becomes the height of a triangle. Now think back to what you know about a triangle. You know how to find the area of a triangle. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times the height or the altitude. Sometimes people use different things. So base times the height. So look at this formula. 1/2 of the base is a side length. So of the base of our triangle is the side length. And then the apothem is the height. So that's in there. Number of sides then actually multiplies this by 1, 2, because I can create 5 triangles. 1, 2, 3. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of hard to see with the apothem's drawn in, but I can divide that up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles that have exactly the same area. So that's how the formula is devised or derived. This part of it is actually the formula for the area of a triangle. 1/2 base, and actually 1/2 base times height, so that part is the same for finding the area of a triangle, and this just multiplies it times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the total number of triangles involved in that. So you could have found this area without having this formula, and when you get to irregular polygons, hopefully you'll study those eventually. That's the approach you'll have to take, is you'll have to create your own triangles. But for this one, we got it all set up, so let's finish the calculation. From there, moving forward, the calculation is pretty easy. It's just a matter of knowing all this stuff, which is going to have to be given to you, or you need to be able to measure it. I'm going to go ahead and draw that apothem in just so you remember where it is. So the area is equal to 1/2 the length of each side, which is 6.2. We'll say inches in this case, times the number of sides, which is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count that, but it's given to us in this case. And then times the length of the apothem, which is 4.2668. And the apothem is usually an odd length, rounded some non-terminating decimal because it's really an obscure measurement. The side lengths may be more roundable or more closer to a whole number, but you're going to get some odd measurements for the apothem, so just be used to that. Break out your calculators to do the calculations. When I plug all that into my calculator, and I'm not going to go through that for you because I'm assuming you know how to do that, the answer you should end up with is 66.1, in this case inches squared. I said inches squared. Now it's squared because I'm finding the area, and I have 2 dimensions, base times height, which is what gives me the area, and then the multiplier times 5 just says I have 5 of those same exact measurements. So the final answer, 66.1 feet squared. And actually, when you calculate this, you're going to get something like 66.1 I think it's 1, 3, 5, 4. And then your teacher or the problem will tell you where to round it to, and I've rounded to the nearest tenth, or the nearest 1 decimal place, which the 3 determines that stays a 1. So 66.1 inches squared is the rounded answer. So that's how you do it. I'm going to do another video following this, so another quick short lesson where I'll demonstrate 2 more problems if you need that example. Go ahead and look at those. If not, you can jump to the practice set and get started.